This is immigration attorney Parviz Malakouti, and in this video, I'm going to address a bunch of frequently asked questions that I got about H.R. 6, the New Dream and Promise Act of 2019, which was just passed in the House of Representatives last week on June 4th. So first of all, backing up for a second, I put out a video on May 28, 2019 on HR 2820. That was the Dreamer portion of HR 6, the New Dream and Promise Act of 2019. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that video first. That'll give you more information about the general eligibility requirements. Now, in response to that video I put out on May 28th, I got a bunch of questions and I'm going to address them right now. So first of all, before we get into it, I want everybody to be clear. This is not currently law. This is just an act that has been passed by the House of Representatives. It is not law yet, and therefore nobody should be acting based off of what is proposed in this law. And secondly, this is for educational, this video is for educational purposes only. This is not legal advice. So that's it. Let's get right into it. First question I got was, do you need to have DACA to be able to apply for this? This, of course, is referring to HR 6. The answer is no. Secondly, would HR 6 give DACA recipients the chance to join the U.S. military? Okay, so that question is not directly addressed in the text of the act of HR 6. However, the general rule is that legal permanent residents and U.S. citizens can join the U.S. military. So I believe that would probably be the same, that people who are able to gain legal permanent residence through HR 6 would be able to join the military. Next question. If I already have a four-year college degree, does that mean I can apply straight to the regular green card? Remember, HR 6 proposes a conditional legal residence, and then during the time that you have the conditional legal residence, a person would be able to apply to remove the condition. This is asking if the person has a four-year college degree, if they can go straight to the legal permanent residence. The answer is yes. Under the text of the act, you would be able to apply directly for the non-conditional legal permanent residence if you meet the other two requirements as well. The other two requirements besides the educational requirement were, first of all, being able to pass the English and civics exam, and secondly, not having abandoned the conditional legal residence during the time that the person had it. Next question. I have DACA. I also have a removal order. Can I apply for HR 6 if it passes? The answer is, by the text of the act, a person would be able to apply for the relief in HR 6 with a removal order if they are present in the United States. Next question, how long do you have to wait once you have the normal green card to apply for citizenship? So this question is not answered actually by the text of the act. The general rule in immigration law is that you can apply for citizenship 5 years after having a green card, or 3 years if you are married to a U.S. citizen. I would think that the same would apply for individuals that would get legal permanent residence through HR 6. Next question. How long after can we remove the condition? The answer, of course, is you can remove the condition as soon as you meet the requirements. That's the educational requirement, not abandoning the conditional legal residence, and of course the English and civics requirement. Next question. Does conditional residency allow us to travel abroad? Okay, this question is not explicitly addressed in the act, but generally in immigration law, individuals who are conditional permanent residents are able to travel abroad. So there's at least two other areas in immigration law which conditional residency exists. The first are marriage-based green cards. The legal permanent resident gets a 2-year conditional legal permanent residence. They can travel abroad. And the other, of course, is for EB-5 investor visas. They get a conditional legal residence, and they also can travel abroad during that period of time. So my feeling is that, yes, probably people who would get legal permanent residence through this would be able to, through HR 6, would be able to travel abroad. Next question. Does someone who has DACA count towards the 10 years required? Okay, I think this person's a little confused about the 10 years. 10 years is not required. The way it works is that a person who would apply for relief under HR 6 would gain a 10-year conditional residence, and during that 10 years, they would have the ability to remove the condition. As soon as they meet the requirements for being able to remove the condition, they'd be able to remove it. They don't have to wait for 10 years. So I hope that clears up the question for that person. Next question. Okay, if you have a conviction involving a crime involving moral turpitude, if the conviction is less than 1 year maximum sentence, does the person qualify for the petty offense exception? Great question, and the answer is yes. For crimes involving moral turpitude under H.R. 6, the person could qualify for the petty offense exception if the maximum sentence is under a year. I know that question is a little bit in the complicated side. I hope that answers it for the person. Next question. If you're eligible to apply directly for legal permanent residence, once you get approval, should you be able to get citizenship through the military? Okay, so having a shortened period of time of being able to get citizenship through the military is not addressed in H.R. 6, but the general rule, of course, is that somebody who has legal permanent residence that is active military for 1 year or more can apply for citizenship after the year instead of waiting the normal 5 or 3 years. Again, it's not addressed explicitly in the act, but my feeling is that probably somebody who would get legal permanent residence through H.R. 6 would be able to do the same, which is apply for citizenship after a year of military. So that's it for these questions. I hope that helped. First of all, I want to make sure that everybody knows, again, this is not the law right now. This is just a proposed act. Nobody should ever be taking actions based off of what they hear in this video. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. If you want to follow me and the content I put out on immigration and Dreamer issues, you can follow me on Facebook. My page name is Parviz Malakouti, Immigration Lawyer. And if you like discussing these issues, you can join my Facebook group. It's called DACA Dreamers Moving Forward. I hope that helps. I hope everybody has a great week. Take care.